being able to speak Spanish as well as English in society today would be a huge advantage, especially in Texas. Like I said in my first speech, I work in a physical therapy clinic. Every day I encounter Spanish speakers from young to old who don't speak any English at all, and I always think how I'd like to be able to communicate with them. You know, it would better my communication in general as well as my career. I'd be able to take a variety of patients, being a bilingual physical therapist. I'd be able to help so many more people. Everyone should get that chance to communicate on a higher level. Today, 12.3% of the Texas population speaks only Spanish. Only Spanish. That is 2,369,036 people. 2,369,036 people that I cannot communicate with, as well as anyone who doesn't know Spanish. That's a lot of people. So, what can we do? Well, we can start by teaching children Spanish throughout their school years, elementary school, intermediate school, middle school, and high school. Start teaching children why their minds are still developing, so it sticks and so it stays. Spanish classes should be, at least one a year, every year, all the way through high school. Personally, I remember having to take Spanish classes in elementary school. Then I chose to take Spanish classes in high school. The only reason I even took Spanish in high school because I personally wanted to know Spanish. But, all the people who didn't take Spanish took another language. And that's fine if you want to learn another language, but I think at least one Spanish class should be required. But what about those in-between years? The years that we get Spanish classes at the beginning and maybe Spanish classes at the end if you choose so, but what about the middle? What about the middle? We could be practicing and relearning everything, so if I had taken a Spanish class every year throughout school, I could be bilingual by now. I could be fluent. I could be communicating with that 12.3%. So, almost all other countries are required to take a second and even a third language that coincide with the culture and languages around them. So, why shouldn't we? Why should we not get that same advantage? There's so many benefits to being bilingual. A bilingual's brain has 2 active language systems, so the brain is always exercising cognitive muscles. For bilinguals, simply using another language keeps their mind sharp. A speaker of 2 languages can think up to 2 or more phrases or words for each idea or object, because they have to think it in 2 different languages. Being bilingual also has a positive effect on intellectual growth. Not to mention, like I said earlier, the occupational benefits. Spanish classes while children are young can be the start of helping people overcome a communication barrier and better themselves in general. When the children are older, they'll reap the benefits of knowing another language and be able to communicate at a higher level with more people.